It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Golden State Warriors. And a nice roll continuing right now for Golden State. The results have been excellent for them over the first half of the season. And it has to be said, they're not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq, and nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh.
All right.
It's on. It's on.
I see Ernie.
And here's Kevin Harlan. Here's Kevin Harlan.
I'll see you in the locker room, Ernie.
It's Detroit Pistons NBA action. We're in the Motor City, where the Pistons are looking to take on a Western Conference opponent. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Warriors are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
And, Kevin, they're already playing really good basketball, great basketball, actually. And it's simply a matter of them continuing to do that and not playing down to their opponents. And I think they'll do well.
Now, Golden State's starting five. And it's all five All-Stars out there for the Warriors. Curry, Clay, Durant, Green, and Cousins. Now here's Jackson. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. Just 4 to shoot. Right through the D for the layup. Smitty, we're going to watch some exceptional forward play tonight. Makes me think of some of the great front courts in the history of this terrific league.
Yeah, you had Bird, Parrish, Kevin McHale, Duncan, Robinson, Kareem, and Worthy. I also throw in Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. They were a tough matchup. When you have two guys that play the 4 or 5 and play well off each other, they could be a nightmare.
That time, that part of the league, they were terrific.
So true.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Dwayne Casey, He told me he's looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's their first time against this team, so he is curious to see what his guys do on offense. He said it's important that we're aggressive defensively, that we use our length and shot blocking as a deterrent inside. We'll see if they can be successful tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Sounds like he really wants them getting after it at the defensive end.
And I expect to see them very active here early, contesting every shot and battling for every rebound.
It's a game plan that's going to take a lot of effort and energy. But if they can pull it off, it'll make things that much easier for them at the offensive end.
Now here's Jackson. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Pass to Drummond. Outside for Griffin. The three. And it's Durant with the rebound. Cousins finds Green. Knocked away. Stolen by Jackson. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Jackson against Curry. Inside, here's Griffin. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And for those who criticize Drummond facilitating, I say rewatch that play. He's improving.
Curry kicks to Durant. And a miss there on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Count that bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
And the Warriors with possession here after the basket by Detroit. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Pistons. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
I like it. East versus West. This is a very intriguing matchup.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
First quarter, you're really testing the defense, trying to find their weaknesses.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as the franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
Free throw good, Drummond.
3 titles in the last 4 seasons for the Warriors. Dynasty, that word you don't throw around lightly, but we're witnessing one in Golden State.
Now here's Thompson. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
He was very active on defense, too, recording 3 steals for the game.
And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul. Detroit leading by 6. And the Warriors going into last season ranked by odds makers as the highest favorite ever. Smitty, in any sport.
Yes, the clear favorites, and that remains the case this season again. They've assembled a roster that stands as one of the all-time greats.
And great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
What's impressive about Klay Thompson, yes, he is one of the Splash Brothers, but that doesn't mean he has to score to be effective.
The Warriors shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
2 shots.
And the first one drops.
You know, Klay Thompson has the perfect mentality for a shooter. No fear, no conscience. Just routine, repetition, and a hunger to be great.
That one is no good. And Smitty Thompson not easily distracted when he's shooting.
Well, growing up, he used to shoot all day in the rain. His dad played for the Blazers. Whatever his surroundings, he finds that calm in the storm.
Here's Curry following the three by Detroit. Passes it to Durant. Drops in the layup for two. Durant's got his first 2 points.
It's a pick your poison situation with KD. You can't give him space, but he's got the handle to go right by you.
Now here's Jackson. Back to Drummond. Shoots over Cousins. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Jackson.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it.
And Green gets it to go.
A terrific stretch forward. Draymond showing he can get it done from the mid-range.
And here's Jackson. Down low. It's stolen by Green. Griffin with the steal. It's stolen by Green. Thompson outside from deep three-point range, and it's Griffin with the rebound.
Wow, and this is his range. Maybe he was too wide open.
Here's Robinson, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Cousins.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Now here's Durant. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
This is what it means to be a catalyst. His offense helps set the tone for a lot of what they do.
Jackson against Curry. Griffin passes to Jackson. Robinson dishes to Griffin. Pass to Drummond. Back to Griffin. Over Green. Off the left rim and out.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Here's Jackson. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Drummond finds Griffin for three. Ellington. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 3 assists now in this one. Jackson against Curry. Durant, the pass to Green. And no good.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
For the Pistons, Pachulia. He's checked in for Griffin. Luke Kennard comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Golden State also making a change. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Thompson. Smitty, you look at how teams run their offensive sets. Are we in a pick-and-roll era right now, or has the tide shifted away from that a little?
No, I think so. I think we're looking at a lot of teams running pick-and-roll, especially we have 2 fantastic players involved. It's hard to defend, especially when there's a great talent at the guard spot and a big. Then it's hard for you to switch. But I'm looking at it right now because of spacing and because of the use of the corner 3. We're looking at a lot more pick and rolls used at the top of the key versus when I played, we used a lot of side pick and rolls.
And not just smalls given to bigs, but bigs throwing down low to smalls.
Yeah, and a lot of these bigs are running the pick and rolls, and the guards are setting the picks.
Right. Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Jerebko's checked in for Green, and Cook subbed in for Steph Curry. Warriors trail by 9. Cook kicks to Durant. He gets that one. Durant's got 8.
Defensively, you can't give Durant this kind of look and expect to get a stop.
Now here is Smith. He's guarded closely. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 14 points for Robinson.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Nice game. Great performance by Glenn Robinson.
Yeah, because he's been killing them all night. They are struggling to find an answer.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at the Celtics. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot. But it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Detroit, 8.5 games behind them.
And I think for the Pistons, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
They really have. And maybe it's not the time to close the book on their season just yet, but that time isn't far off.
Here's Pachulia after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Pachulia dishes to Robinson. Softly drops in the floater. He's got 16.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Durant kicks to Cook. There's the pass to Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Iguodala no good.
In over his head on the layup attempt there. Too much defensive pressure.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one misses.
It's interesting. So many big, bruising centers in the league who can't shoot free throws, but Pachulia's actually pretty good at it.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Maker comes in for Andre Drummond. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Glenn Robinson III. The Warriors also with a sub. Bell's checked in. Now here's Durant. He's got 8. And he gets it to go. Durant's got 10 points.
KD has always been a tough cover because of his size at the 3 spot.
Smith finds Pachulia. It's stolen by Jerebko. Here's Iguodala. That one falls. His 2nd basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
He's got the touch early. Coach, keep feeding him.
Smith outside. Maker passes to Galloway. Pass to Kennard. To the paint. Pachulia, good. And the Pistons lead by 9.
And so often when there's contact, Zaza's involved. This time shows good focus to complete the play.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And he comes up with the deuce.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now here's Iguodala. D right on him. Durant against Pachulia. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Former NBA scoring champion KD likes the looks he's seeing tonight, applying constant pressure on the offensive end. Well, a big focus for the Pistons has been improving their shooting, and they've done it. Last season, the 5th best three-point percentage in the league.
Now, here is Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. He kicks it to Maker. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Pachulia, no luck. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 7. And Steve, last season the Pistons' three-point percentage was top 5, but their percentage inside the arc, bottom 5.
Only middle of the pack in terms of the number of threes they attempted. Might want to shoot more from long range. Force the defense to really guard them out there to open up the inside.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
You know, that's one of those passes where you just say, uh-oh, as soon as it leaves your hand.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. 1:29 left in the first. Warriors trail by 5. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And here's Iguodala outside. Hits it from three-point range. Iguodala's got 7 points in the game. 1:09 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to Pachulia. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Shot clock at 5. The deep 3 from Smith. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Now, taking a look at some stats for Iguodala, how his last 10 games have gone. He's right around 5 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Back to Cook. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Good work there as it goes.
Taking what the defense offers up, Smith with good vision there finds the open man.
Now here's Iguodala. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Raptors in Toronto. Over in the corner, Livingston. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Livingston's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. The Pistons on top. They lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. The Warriors, an elite team, obviously. Steph Curry talked about the challenge of being the hunted.
We're a marked team now, so every game we play is going to be, the game. And I like that challenge because it's going to bring the best out of us. If we're not 100% locked in and focused every night, we'll get exposed. But on the other hand, when we are locked in and ready to play every single night, we'll get every team's best shot, and hopefully we'll still come out on top, and that'll be a good feeling. So I'm cool with it.
Yep, they welcome the challenge.
And that's where you want to be. They wouldn't have it any other way.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Cleaning the glass, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Cook out there with Livingston. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Jerebko. And it's Bell in at the power forward. Galloway taking his time here. Here's Kennard.
And just marvelous work on the defensive side from Andre. So good at getting a hand up and contesting shots.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Now, here is Bell. 14 points from him the last game against Toronto. Back to Iguodala. Detroit with the rebound. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Smith kicks to Galloway. In the corner, it's Maker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Warriors trail by 3. Floats it up for Iguodala. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
The new head coach in Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
Here's Smith after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Smith the pass to Maker. Out to the right wing. Smith outside. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Livingston. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Cook. He feeds it to Bell. So they take the lead. Bell's got 6 points.
And this is where Bell likes to operate. Comfortable inside. Knows he can get it done from there.
Smith kicks to Maker. Smith the pass to Maker. Over to the left wing. Kennard. No good off the back of the rim.
A mix-up with the defense leaves him wide open for mid-range, a shot he usually makes.
Over in the corner, Livingston. Passes to Iguodala. Jacks up a three. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. Fifth on the list, the Pistons.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Smith outside. Kicks it to Maker. It's tipped. To the middle. Here's Jerebko. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 5 rebounds tonight. Galloway, the pass to Kennard. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Livingston. He's tightly guarded. Back to Jerebko. Golden State moving it around. Here's Cook. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Warriors lead by 3.
The mid-range game is becoming more of a lost art, but not for this guy.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. More and more teams are emphasizing the transition game, Steve. What do you think it takes to be successful at that?
No, I think it comes down in a transition game if you have players, not just the point guard or the guy assigned to handling the basketball the most. When you have a lot of unselfish players, and what I mean by that is not a lot of guys can pass. You'd love to have that, Kevin, but also guys that will run and understand they won't get the bucket, but because they run and take a defender, that they allow a driving lane for their teammate to be able to score.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Maker. Robinson comes in for Luke Kennard. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Smith. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. Here's Jackson, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Robinson against Thompson. Robinson down low. Outside Jackson. Shoots over Curry. And that one goes long. Warriors leading by 3. Green deciding where to go with it. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Pass to Livingston. Back to Curry. It's blocked.
And when you look at the stats, Zaza, not a great shot blocker, but gets all of that one.
Outside Jackson. Cousins against Pachulia. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Pistons have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. So he gets them both. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
Now, here's Thompson. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game.
And right there is why Thompson is one of the best shooters this game has ever seen. Amazing strength by him to muscle those shots up while getting hit.
Klay Thompson came ready-made to the NBA as far as his three-point shooting goes, Steve, but what impresses you most with how he's developed the rest of his game?
Well, he was a shooter. Now he's a scorer. He can post up, he can knock it down from the mid-range, and he can make plays off the dribble now. You can tell he spent a lot of time on his footwork.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Well, finances may be the only thing that can slow down the Warriors. Those star contract placed them way above the salary cap. Big luxury taxes are on the horizon.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Shoots over Griffin, and again, it's the Warriors missing. And by some estimates, Smitty, the Warriors may spend about $500 million in luxury tax by the end of 2021.
Woo-wee! A cash crunch. Whether it's the new arena in San Francisco, seat licenses, they're looking at every avenue to foot the bill.
It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game.
This is where Blake does most of his damage. Just get him the rock inside the paint.
Now, here's Cousins. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Toronto.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
That shot off. Good D by Drummond. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against Toronto.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
They did a good job of controlling the tempo, playing at a speed that suits their offense.
And Smitty, Blake Griffin last season acquired by Detroit at mid-year. How do you like the fit for him with the Pistons?
You know, they needed a playmaker and a shot creator. Also gives them some star power, putting fans in the seats. That matters.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
Durant's checked in for Sean Livingston. Now here's Green. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. They get the rebound. Here's Cousins, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Excellent pump fake. Cousins invites contact, willing to put his body on the line.
And he's got his first free throw of the game, and he knocks down the first one.
And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the inside, Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Detroit. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. Shoots from 12. Jump shot is good. And the Pistons lead by 1.
When Jackson can't get all the way to the rim, this is his go-to. Shoots for a decent percentage from mid-range.
Curry with it. Guarded now by Jackson. High post Cousins. Working on Drummond. Curry outside. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is what the fans come to see. Steph at his finest, putting on a show.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Durant. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Now here's Curry. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Toronto.
And he wreaked havoc on defense with 4 steals for the game.
And the rejection by Cousins.
All over that one. DeMarcus gets himself in position, times the block beautifully.
Golden State's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. From the low block, Thompson misses. The Pistons trail it. And the wide open shot from Griffin drops in the tray. Griffin's got 11 points.
You see he's feeling it now. Shot looks much more in sync this quarter.
Timeout called the Warriors. Steve, how about just getting along? I mean, obviously you want to win and play well, but what about teammates just getting along?
You know, Kevin, I love it because I think there's an expectation if you don't get along, you can't win. There are some teams you can see these two guys don't like each other, and they still win. But then the teams that is sustained for a long time is the teammates that get along. What you want to do is set, you know, goals that's realistic. And if you can do that and obtain that, then you have pretty much a good team.
And here is Durant following the three-pointer by Blake Griffin. Thompson in the corner. Fires the three. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Griffin finds Jackson. And the rejection by Cousins.
You know, a little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
And Green with the basket on the assist by Durant. And the Warriors lead by 1.
There's that focus, that competitive nature for Draymond Green. Sticking the jumper right in the man's face.
Durant, that's good. He's got 14.
Yeah, and he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Griffin. A 20-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
And he did great work on the defensive end, too, with 3 steals on the night.
Jackson against Curry. Outside for Griffin. And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second foul. You don't want to pick up his third in this half. We'll see if they'll make a substitution or not.
A different look here for Detroit. Luke Kennard comes in for Robinson. And it's Ish Smith in for Wayne Ellington. 1:44 left in the second quarter. Kennard, the pass to Drummond. They get a hand on it. Second shot opportunity. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Cousins. Out to Thompson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And at 6'7", Thompson could be a nightmare to match it with down low. The defense pretty much has to foul him when he's that far inside and hope he misses.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight. First one falls for him. An embarrassment of riches for the Warriors. Steve, who do you think is their best player? Is it Steph, KD? Some might even say Draymond Green with his overall impact.
Well, let's first start off. They have 4 All-Stars, and they all are fantastic. The MVPs are KD and Steph, so it's between those 2. I would have to lean on Kevin Durant a little bit better than Steph.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
I mean, tremendous body control in the air. Andre with the easy catch and flush.
Curry kicks to Durant. High post Cousins. Outside Green. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 7 points for Draymond Green.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 11. That one falls.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Curry kicks to Green. 35 seconds left now here in the second. Outside for Durant. Another 3 for Golden State.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The pass to Drummond. Back to Smith. The Pistons working the ball around now. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And now the adventure begins. Drummond, one of the worst free throw shooters on the planet.
The Pistons have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And he knocks down the first one.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Andre Drummond's games has to improve at the free throw line if he wants to be a go-to player.
There's Galloway over Iguodala. Galloway, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Warriors lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. With Draymond Green, Draymond rebounding a bit of a struggle. How do you improve that?
Hit your man, get 5 guys to the boards. Guards get in there and clean up those boards that's loose, but our big guys got to hold our mans off, and we've been doing that this half.
We'll see if all 5 can get you more boards in that second half, Dre. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they help keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And welcome back to the Motor City with a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Glenn Robinson.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
Warriors leading by 5. The athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Jackson is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Robinson in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
Nice play call and a smooth move by Clay, finding a little crack in that defense.
Robinson kicks to Jackson. Lets it go with the 3. Curry with the defensive effort. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Pistons trail by 7.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
And Thompson throws it down.
Maybe not the high-flying finisher you typically see at the end of this play, but Clay effective.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Outside for Griffin, outside Jackson. Clock at 6, over Curry. Here's Drummond, and the rejection by Cousins. Goes up again, outside for Griffin. No good, not a friendly rim at all, this trip down. Pass to Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 4th assist in this one. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, and I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Feeds to Robinson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
Overall, it hasn't been pretty for his team, but he has shot the ball well.
One shot, gentlemen.
And Smitty, if you had to boil it down to a single play in your career, what was your biggest moment?
Kevin, I'm glad you asked that question. I can also get it out there to everybody in the basketball universe. Game 7, Western Conference Final. Shaq fouled me, and they did not call the foul. Shaq fouled me, Kevin. That play still haunts me. I'm still mad.
Really? After all these years?
Yes. And he still lets me know that he didn't foul me, but we got to run the tape. He fouled me.
Right. Here's Griffin following the basket by Stephen Curry. Inside. Outside for Griffin. Lets the three fly. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Warriors go the other way with it.
You know, I like the competitive fire, but he's still really out of sync.
Durant against Robinson. Back to Curry. Passes to Durant. Over Robinson. Again, Golden State.
The amazing part about Durant's shot, he has a pretty compact release for a guy with such great length.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Kevin Durant last season becoming the second youngest player in NBA history to score 20,000 career points, trailing only LeBron James. That's elite company.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Detroit. Yarebko's checked in for the Warriors. Quinn Cook comes in for Steph Curry. Here's Cook. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Cook's got his second basket of the night. And you think KD has an outside chance to set the all-time scoring record?
I do. I wouldn't put it past him. Height and shooting touch are two things that you don't lose with age.
Now here's Pachulia. He has 7. On the wing, Jackson. And another turnover here by Detroit. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. The Warriors, number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
Here's Golden State. They're on a 13-5 run. Cook kicks to Yarebko. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Something went on in that locker room. They've come out aggressive, but also extremely focused.
Here's Drummond after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Goes up to the stripe. Robinson for 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 7 rebounds in the game. Yarebko. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
Durant against Robinson. To the inside. And stolen by Cousins. Golden State moving the ball around. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And you remember there were questions about KD's athleticism going into the 2007 draft. None now. He can throw it down with the best of them.
Now here's Ellington. Now a timeout called by Detroit. And Steve, Kevin Durant has talked about how he fits in with the Warriors, both on the court and in the locker room.
Well, he gets his shots within the flow, doesn't have to force it as much. And Stephen Curry, the face of the franchise, that allows KD to just focus on basketball.
The Pistons making a change here. Makers checked in.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Cousins. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's right around 17 points a night, 15 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
All shots he's changed just by challenging them. Such a luxury to have someone like this as your last line of defense. His teammates recognize that he has the hot hand going. That's why they get him the ball every chance they get.
Ellington kicks to Maker. Up top, Pachulia. Defended by Jerebko. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Ellington finds Jackson. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
A different look here for Detroit. Kennard, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. Langston Galloway comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Smith subbed in for Jackson. Then for the Warriors, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Durant. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
In the past, Detroit put Andre Drummond in the middle, surrounded him with shooters. With Griffin in the fold, more of a classic front court pairing for the Pistons.
Here's Galloway. He's covered by Livingston. Galloway, no good. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 19-5 run. Iguodala, the pass to Livingston. Down low. The shot's good from Jerebko. Jerebko's got his first 2 points of the night. Steve, the Pistons, 4 shooters, 1 big man model. Much more common nowadays.
Yeah, well, the Pistons can stagger Drummond and Griffin's minutes to get more shooting on the floor. Even playing together, I think they complement each other pretty well.
Now, here's Maker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Clock at 2. Kennard. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Monday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Kennard. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Cook kicks to Iguodala. Pass to Livingston. Cousins against Pachulia. Good. And that's now 9 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
Here's Galloway. At the top of the key, Maker. 6 to shoot. And it's Smith penetrating. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
great awareness the whole time. Ish, with the clock ticking down, never loses his composure.
Cook, the pass to Livingston. Back to Cook. Iguodala dishes to Jerebko. Excellent D there from Pachulia. The Pistons shooting around 40% from the floor here. And the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Warriors. Jordan Bell's checked in for Jerebko. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Here's Galloway. Smith outside. Fires from 18. Misses off the left iron.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Stephen Curry? 8th in assists, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Now Griffin, 13 points in the game. Back to Smith. He kicks it to Griffin. Lays it up off the glass. Griffin's got 15.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Cousins with it, out guarded by Pachulia, and it's Iguodala missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Kennard, the pass to Smith. Here's Pachulia, and they pick up 2. He's got 9.
As you can imagine, this is where Zaza gets most of his points, right in that painted area.
Warriors leading by 19 points. Curry kicks to Iguodala. .112 left in the third. And the Warriors miss again.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here is Cook. He's got 5. To end the cold streak. Curry can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 17. 13 feet away. Smith, no good. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Cook, the pass to Curry. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Great feel for the game. Curry likes this shot when he doesn't want to take it to the rim.
Curry against Smith. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the third. 6 on the shot clock. There's the pass to Kennard. From deep. And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Yeah, but at least he's getting after it on the backboard, but got a little carried away on that one.
When you're assertive, when you're being physical, good things tend to happen, except for the foul calls.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Defense has been fantastic. Great defense. Offense, simple passes will get it done, right? You guys look great, though. Keep the pressure on.
Paying his guys respect they deserve. Likes what he sees. I like that message.
And Kevin, it's so important to praise your guys when they're playing well. Coach understands how critical it is to recognize good effort.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. The tremendous pair of Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Iguodala in at the 3 spot.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
The shot's good from Ellington. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Curry. Back to Thompson. And Curry has it in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 6 assists here tonight.
Defensively, all eyes on Clay. Great scorer, but also able to beat you with the pass.
4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. And it's Drummond missing. Warriors leading by 19. To the middle, here's Cousins. Good D by Drummond. The Pistons shooting 41% for the game. Down low and finished off by Robinson.
This is what separates Blake from most power forwards. Terrific playmaking ability.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Curry finds Green. To the inside, Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Beautiful feed by Draymond. He plays a physical game, but he also has great awareness and skill.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Passes to Ellington. In the corner, it's Robinson. Back to Ellington. Clock at 6. It's tipped. Curry kicks to Green. Pass to Thompson. Over Smith. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. And that's 15 points for Klay Thompson. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Buries the open 3 to cap the break.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Outside Griffin. To the inside. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Green dishes to Cousins. Here's Thompson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Steph Curry, widely regarded as the best shooter in the history of the game. He's been so successful playing point guard in the NBA at times. I think we forget that he transitioned from playing shooting guard in his younger days.
Two.
That free throw good from Thompson. You know, Greg, a lot of players can't make that switch from shooting guard to point guard. You've got to give Steph a lot of credit.
He's worked tirelessly. I mean, we've all seen those pregame ball handling drills. He's still prone to a careless turnover or two, but on the plus side, he rebounds like a shooting guard. And today's point guards are expected to score much more than in days past.
Well, a high level of scrutiny for this Warriors team. Last season, they led the league in technicals and ejections. Smitty, how important is it for them to get a handle on that?
Well, it's not a good look for them, but they have some competitors, but you have to challenge in the right way. Play with poise, and they're fine when they're on the court.
Looking to end the run, and it doesn't even draw iron.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The feed to Durant. Stolen by Jackson. For 3, Ellington. Cousins pulls it in. And it's the Warriors' ball. This run now up to 13-2. Green passes to Cousins. Good on the shot. Cousins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Feeds it to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
To the middle, Griffin with the steal. 3-on-3. Robinson finds Griffin. Now Drummond. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Cousins. Here's Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 7th assist in the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Drummond passes to Jackson. Outside Griffin. Knocks it loose. Here's Durant, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition the easiest from player to coach?
You know, some guys that stick out. Chris Paul, I think Mike Conley, LeBron James, obviously. Those guys, they just stick out. You can see their coaches on the floor, Draymond Green. They just have a way because they have those leadership qualities, and also they play the game the right way. They have such a good understanding and a good feel. Those are some of the guys that stand out for me.
That was a good list. You're right. Curry dishes to Durant. His 3-pointers off the mark.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
Kicks it to Griffin. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well as drawing fouls.
First one falls for him. He's off on the second. Steve, you think about Coach Steve Kerr as a player, the 50th pick in 1988, and for his career, the best three-point percentage in NBA history.
I played with him and I played against him. Always had to know where he was on the floor. The perfect coach for this sharpshooting team.
To the middle, Mikhailuk. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Curry finds Durant. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Durant's got 12 points in just the second half. The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Calderon passes to Griffin. We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches. That has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money. Money, that's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? Mikhailuk, defended by Durant. There's the dish to Griffin. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
In terms of drawing fouls, Griffin is one of the best we have in the NBA.
And the first one at the line is good. Akers checked in for Drummond. Then for the Warriors, Bell comes in for Andrew Bogut. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Steph Curry. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. Right. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, that's a lot of things are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
And there it is for him.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
Pistons shooting 40% in the fourth. At the elbow, Griffin. Over Urebko. And nothing but hair on that one.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
And so it's Calderon who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Dishes to Maker, shoots a three, drills the three-pointer.
Always with the great vision. Calderon still one of the best at finding the open man.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Calderon. Durant, that's good.
He's in control when it matters, giving them a tremendous advantage right here.
Here's Galloway. He's covered by Livingston. And Griffin slams it in.
He's in a beautiful rhythm. Right now, he's knocking down shots, and he has that scorer's mindset.
Livingston with it. Now the pass to Urebko. When we look, Steve, at big stats like double-doubles, triple-doubles, are we becoming too enamored with that versus how it might affect winning?
No, I think we're always going to have those double-doubles and triple-doubles. I just think right now when you look at it, so many more possessions in games. That's why we're having guys average a triple-double or having more double-doubles. But he also gives those guys credit. The game and those players, they're just better right now, and they're more equipped to be versatile. But I do think we still got to keep the emphasis on winning. When a guy can get a triple-double in wins versus in losses or double-doubles or any kind of stats, I think that should be a category of his own.
And Durant gets it to go.
Durant with those long arms able to attack the defense while protecting the ball.
Calderon taking his time here. Here's Maker. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Outside Durant. He's looking for Livingston and finds him.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Calderon, that's good.
The poise of Jose, taking what the defense allows, sneaking inside for the bucket.
Livingston kicks to Durant. Out left to the wing. Fires from deep. Cans it from downtown.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
Here's Galloway. He's covered by Livingston. Galloway dishes to Griffin. Back to Galloway. Griffin. And Griffin stays with it.
6'10", 250 pounds, solid athlete. Griffin using all of it right there.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with Kevin Durant. It seems like even with some adversity thrown your way, you guys find a way.
Well, we're moving the basketball. You know, we just relying on each other. And, you know, we're just believing in each other, man. No matter what, we just stick together.
It was very obvious that that was the case. Thanks, KD. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.